Welcome to Better Marriage Daily, where we give you tips on how to love each other in spite of each other. I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
Look here. We got a special day today. Every day special. You know what I
mean? It is.
So the topic today is going to be happy wife, happy life. Now, usually when people say happy wife, happy life, what they mean is whatever she wants, she get.
Yeah, that's implied. Mm-hmm.
It's implied. But the other implication is that whatever she wants, she gets. And if she don't get, then there's going to be hell to pay.
That's implied as well.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so happy wife, happy life is cool. But at the end of the day, is it?
No, not really. Not really.
I mean,
because basically it's saying that you have to pretty much do what she says, and if what she's asking, what she says, and everything has to be her way, and if not, everyone will suffer. Everyone will feel her wrath, from the husband to the babies if you have them. It's true.
And the visitors.
And visitors.
Look, you got
right.
visitors there.
Yes.
So I was really I saw that it was a little meme a reel came across my feed, and I was like, okay, I see that. I'll be licking your lips like that, girl. When we trying to concentrate.
Yeah. Sorry. Things gotta have things going on today.
Yeah. So anyway, I saw that meme, and I was like, man. So the thing that we've heard all of our lives, happy wife, happy life. Meaning that as a kid, that means that mama needs to get what mama wants, so that mama can be happy. Because if mama not happy, nobody happy. Because she's gonna make everybody's life miserable.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, wow. We understood that intrinsically, understood that. But we never really broke that down. So to say, happy wife, happy life, that means that the spouse, the husband, has to acquiesce, to give in to what the wife wants in order to be happy.
Yeah.
Sounded like the last episode we did where, giving up oneness to be a whole.
Right.
I was just thinking about that.
That's just a different term. But
we were talking about everybody giving up oneness to be a whole, but this is about I'm just thinking, because I literally came into it with the happy wife, happy life mentality, and like I'm just gonna make, because I mean, guys, we're like, look, we don't need much.
Right.
Y'all hear me say this all the time.
They definitely don't want drama.
We need two things.
Yeah.
And one of the things we can do ourselves, we can feed ourselves.
Right. Right.
So and whatever we got to do to make sure that that one thing gets taken care of, we pretty much will handle it and deal with it. But that's not a full life.
No, it's not.
That's not a full life, and it's also robbing the couple, the unit as a whole, of having very rich experiences.
True.
Because that means the man is denying himself a lot, in a lot of areas. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let's explore that. Let's explore that. So to say happy wife, happy life, that means that you want everything you get, whether it's going to be detrimental to the family or not.
Yeah, yeah.
And we know those examples.
Whether deserving or not.
We know those examples. The guys who think that they married up to a woman who was, out of their league, quote unquote.
Right.
And she wants to have new things all the time, and she wants to keep up with the Joneses.
Right. And he has that added pressure of always trying to provide all of those things all the time. Which brings so much pressure on the man. I get that.
And we've seen those couples growing up. We've seen them. Look, we even see some now that we adults.
Right. Yeah.
And what that ends up doing is the somebody in the relationship, usually, like I say, happy, since we're talking about happy wife, happy life. So then the man is usually going to be just like outdone, and he can kind of feel like it's transactional. It can become transactional,
I get that.
It can definitely become transactional. because I do know, men who are in relationships with women who is like, they do everything for the wife. The wife has everything she wants, quote unquote, and she still don't get no loving. And he like, well, but you got the house, you in all of the organizations, you got the car, you get the trips, you got the clothes, you got the purses, but I can't get no loving. I'm rationed out on the loving.
I'll go a step further. He gets no respect.
Ooh, unpack that.
He gets no respect in his home. She doesn't. It's kind of like, okay, he provides and he does all these things, right, to make sure that she's happy, that she has all of these, the bags, all of the comforts that she wants, but he doesn't get the respect, as in sometimes she is actually the one running the house, and he gets, she gets all of those things, plus she runs everything. It's kind of like she just kind of, I wouldn't say bully, but she runs everything. She runs him.
She booty bullies.
Not even
bullying with the booty.
Not even that. I'm saying like everything. She runs everything. I know, but she runs everything. The home, everything. She's the one that's telling everybody what to do. She runs everything, and he doesn't have a say in anything.
Right.
You have those kinds of relationships as well.
And God forbid she make more money than him.
Yeah, that can be,
because that's a real interesting dynamic that needs to be explored at times. But so she runs everything. So it's like I had a great thought, but I had to let you finish yours. But it's kind of left me because I was looking at you. And I got lost.
I could have.
I got lost in your eyes.
I wasn't going to remember mine. You really got lost in my eyes. That's what it was. It's so sweet.
The way that orange is just popping off of your skin. Yeah. Anyway, so so like you were saying that she gets to run she's running everything, and he's doing everything to give her all she wants. And then you hear from the women who are the ones who happy life, they get everything they want, but they're running the house. They're like, well, I'm just so tired of doing everything.
Right. Because it's like, in a sense, he's stepped back.
Right, because we don't want conflict.
Exactly.
We don't want conflict.
He's taken a step back, in the running of the home with the kids and decision making and all of that, because he does not want to go to war per se.
Yeah, because all the conflict has and I hate to keep doing this, but all the conflict has caused him not to get none.
Right.
Got stressed now. All of a sudden, I don't feel like it. Or like we said in the other episode, go sleep on the couch, or we're not doing that. But anyway, go sleep on the couch. And so it gets kind of weird and touchy, but you treat people how to teach you. You teach people how to treat you. She's like, see, when you've been married a long time, she said, hey, bro, you said that wrong, without saying, hey, bro, you said that wrong. You teach people how to treat you. And so in the beginning, in the relationship or whatever, he taught her that he would get her whatever she wanted, no matter the cost. So there was never a consideration for cost.
Right. And he stopped pushing back on things.
And before the relationship, as we've heard 9 times out of 10, before the marriage, everything is great. I'm getting you what you want. You're giving me what I want. Everything is beautiful. But then we get married, and I'm still giving you what you want, but I don't get what I want.
Not reciprocated.
And there, and it just becomes a thing. But in the beginning of the marriage, you have taught them how to treat you. And so it's kind of a catch-22, But so I just say if you're in that situation where you taught your spouse how to treat you, in that you would give them whatever they wanted no matter what. Because see, that's when you end up having all this debt. Financial debt and emotional debt. And some emotional debt you just can't ever buy your way out of.
Right.
You leave yourself open to other influences coming in and satisfying those needs or licking those wounds per se for you. That should be your job. So that's just the thing, and that brings us to the whole divorce thing. So I did a little research. But in our relationship, we agreed to never have the D word be an option or something that we even play with. Because, when you speak a thing and you put that out into the universe, then it becomes a possibility. And your spirit and whatnot can start to, it might be better on the outside.
Mhm.
Let me tell you, I know some people who done had some divorces and they out there right now. It ain't better. Matter of
It's
fact,
not.
I have a thing I call it the suitcase theory.
Okay.
I think I told you about that when we first got together,
Mhm.
or when we, when you were,
I'm gonna be a little bit fidgety
yeah,
because my lower back is kind of sore.
because
So,
you work out so much. Yeah,
y'all forgive me.
To say
I'm trying
that's how you stay so fine. It's okay, baby.
Thank you, baby.
Fidget if you want to fidget.
Yeah,
I love your thickness. Go on, fidget
my
if you
back
got to
just
fidget.
cracked. Okay. Maybe that's what I need.
So yeah, I got
Okay.
the suitcase theory. So right now,
Mhm.
I have a Louis Vuitton. No, I got a Birkin. I got a Birkin suitcase. That's got to be the most expensive
Maybe
suitcase.
so, but they're not.
Oh, yeah, just because of
Yeah.
the name.
Right.
But anyway, I have a Louis Vuitton suitcase right now. That's what I'm dealing with. Vanessa has a baggage is why I say suitcase, because
Mhm.
everybody's got baggage.
Everyone
Has baggage. But I've been with Vanessa for going on 26, 27 years. And inside of her Louis suitcase, I know a lot of stuff that's in there. Now we still unpacking,
still. Mm-hmm.
unpacking. But I got about 85, 90% of that suitcase. I know what's in there, right? So for me to go outside of the relationship or say, I'm tired of this Louis suitcase, I want to get me a Yves Saint Laurent suitcase or or a Gucci suitcase, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice bag. It looks good, but it still got stuff in there.
Ooh.
It still has stuff in there. And the thing is, I've worked out 85, 90% of the stuff that's in this Louis bag, but I've worked out 0% of what's in this Gucci bag. And when I open it up, it was pretty. It was nice. But on the inside, I got to either start over or I find stuff in there that I don't even want to deal with.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that goes both ways. That goes both ways. I'm just, we're just talking about happy wife, happy life. So don't think that we're only talking about the women. It goes both ways. But when you have that suitcase and you've put the time in to learn what's in that suitcase and learn what's in that baggage, then I can deal with everything in here. And if there's something in this Louis Vuitton bag that I didn't see coming, and we unpack it, and I'm like, oh, the fact that I have 85, 90% of the bag already sorted, we can deal with that. But when I come to this Gucci bag and I start seeing stuff that I done went through already in this Louis bag,
just packaged a little bit different.
It's just packaged in a little different package. But I done went through all this already. Why would I want to go back and go through this? And I say that to say that most people, and especially in this internet age and this attention span age, the studies are showing that in America for sure, but probably in all the westernized societies, that the attention span is about 8 seconds. So like on social media, you're watching this because something caught you in those first 8 seconds and caused you to stay, and hopefully we cause you to stay longer and just keep those 8 seconds to go to the end. But man, 8 seconds is what you got.
Mm-hmm.
So our attention spans are so short, and we like shiny new things. That's why there's so much debt in America for sure,
right.
Because we always want to use our credit card to we always want to use credit so that we can get stuff that we can't afford right then. So I'm in the zone. So I use my credit to go and get this Gucci bag. I stepped out because my Louis bag, it's just old. I've been having it. It's a 2001. It's 2025.
Familiar and everything.
It's familiar. What I'm saying? Let me give me a new one. Let me get this Gucci bag. Well, when I get into this Gucci bag, they got stuff in there that I don't like. But now I've traded in my Louis bag for this new shiny new Gucci bag that has a lot of baggage that I've already gone through. A lot of things in that baggage, in that suitcase that I've gone through already, and some stuff that are non-negotiables for me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm out there. I lost my Louis bag, and now I'm trading, I'm bringing my Gucci bag back to the dealer because I'm done with that. So now I'm by myself. We don't have the stick-to-itiveness that we used to have in society. And I'm just going to urge you to think about this suitcase analogy. When you're in a relationship, if you've invested in any significant amount of time, I want you to seriously consider sticking it out and going through that, but keep going through that bag. Keep going through that suitcase. Because once you know that the t-shirts are in this corner and the toothbrushes are here and the underwear is here and this, that, and the other, if you find something that you didn't know was in there before, it's okay. You can move that to the side. You can agree to take it out.
Right.
You can work it out. Oh, look at that. Work it out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you can work it out. I said it 3 times. Okay, so we're good. But divorce is such a big thing now. So I looked up some stuff. So right now, the marriage rates in America are the lowest it's ever been. Right? It's always been up and down, trending up and down, but it's the lowest it's ever been. In 1990 to 2010 was the last time it declined, right? Younger people are choosing to marry later in life. Well, I guess we kind of fit in that. When we got married, we fit into the younger people waiting till later. Now they're probably waiting 10 years longer than we did.
Some cases.
We got married at 32 and 36. So for us and our peers, that was...
Yeah, we were late.
That was late. They're like, that was late. They was wondering, like, yo, you ever gonna get married?
Exactly.
That was real late for us. And now people are, I got friends who are getting married in their 40s. And I say friends. I got friends. Friends who are getting married, acquaintances that are getting married in 40s. I have friends that are getting remarried in their 50s and 60s. And so when those people found out that, some of them found out that, that I could have just kept my suitcase. Because now I'm going through the same stuff I went through with my other bag. But now you in it. So now you have the experience and you just stick to it, right? So the other thing is a larger share of children are being born outside of marriage all over the world. So it's not just a specific demographic that's dealing with that. Because of cohabitation. People want to live together and choosing not to marry and make it official. Right?
Right.
Which, for me, in my opinion, it's kind of a low-key non-commitment. We're just gonna live together. We don't need a piece of paper to define our relationship.
Right.
But that means you can always leave.
Easier. Because you can always leave.
No, you can always leave. Yeah. But whenever you've made that commitment, in front of God and country, it's a little more serious.
And that's why they choose not.
And that's why they choose not to, I think. They can say, well, we're not defined by the traditional norms of the society that says we have to be married. Yeah, but really all it's saying is, in the back of your mind, you're like, because if something happens, I'm gone.
Or if I find better.
Or if I
find better.
If I'm having FOMO, then I'll be out.
Yeah.
Another thing is, we in America, believe it or not, have one of the highest rates of marriage, but we also have one of the highest rates of divorce. So here in America, per 1,000, we're at 3.7 people deciding to get married per 1,000.
Okay.
Right? Divorce. 3.7 decided to get divorced, right? And Italy was the lowest rate of divorce at 1 per 1,000.
Okay.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
It's amazing. But, I don't know. Maybe it's the pasta and the wine. The pasta and the vino. You know what I'm saying?
Who knows?
Who knows what it is? But whatever it is, it's working. So for us, y'all, it's just happy wife, happy life. I feel like, and talk about, you share how you felt in the beginning, because we had talked about that. You you probably subconsciously, like we talked about in one of our other episodes, thinking I'm kind of like a little soft man because I'm not really, I'm not really. No, I never felt that.
No.
I've always been giving you problems.
What you mean? First of
No,
all,
because
like,
I gave in. Because I gave in.
Oh no, no, I never thought that. And for me, the happy wife, happy life thing, I never really thought about any of that.
Because
when
you
we
kept
got
getting what
married.
you wanted.
No, but that wasn't a term that was used in my circles.
No.
And you have to understand who raised us.
Right.
Our parents, or their different generation, older generation, they didn't even know what that concept was. You know what I'm saying?
What, happy life, happy life? Happy wife, happy life?
Yeah,
they did.
Well,
I was around those men. Look, I was around those men.
In my family, I never heard that with
but you're not a man, so you're not going to hear the men talking about. Man, I got a new so and so. Happy wife, happy life.
But I never walked around thinking that, like, if I got, if I like, okay, as long as he gives me what I want, then I'm cool. I never walked around here, consciously thinking that.
But I don't think that the wives who I don't think that's a conscious thought.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't for me.
I just think that the guys who have that understanding of happy wife, happy life, they treat those women that way. I think because you teach them how to treat you, and once they start living like that, they like it. Yeah. If you get your way, but it's like that phrase, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's the same thing. It's just like a child. If you've been giving a child everything they want since they were born, try not giving them what they want.
Cut up.
They're gonna pitch a fit. Do they still say pitch a fit?
Probably not.
People do y'all still say pitch a fit?
Maybe in our generation.
Comment in the book.
But not these kids.
They're gonna throw a tantrum. Have a tantrum.
Yeah. Act a fool.
Yeah. And so the happy wife, so everybody's complicit in the happy wife, happy life syndrome. The man for giving in and treating her like it also puts her on a pedestal.
Right.
Which is not a relationship.
And then the kids put if you have kids in the home, the kids put the mother on a pedestal as well, because they are following their dad's lead. Like, if mama happy, how many times in your family, this is funny to me, how many times in your family did your dad tell you, know that your mom told you to do something? I know in my family, mama told us to do things, when she came back from work, certain things you could not have. I want my dishes clean, I want this, I want that. On weekends when she worked, we knew, but daddy was like, look, make sure you take care of your stuff, because I don't want her coming up in here from work, going off or fussing or anything like that.
Like, he didn't want to hear it.
He did not want to hear it. So we learned, like, we're scattering right before, an hour before she comes home from work. So we learned those things, that we had to keep her happy, because we did not want to hear her voice in that way. So we were taught that as kids. We never.
Opposite. It was the opposite in my house.
Oh man.
No, I say the opposite. My daddy was the one who, my mama would be like, your daddy said you need to do this, and then she remind me, boy, your daddy gonna be home. Yeah. Did you do that? You didn't do it, boy.
Daddy
you need to go do that. You need to go do that.
And Q's on the weekends when she worked, because we were home with him, and we heard it almost. Oh, he did not want that. He didn't want it
because eventually it's gonna start with y'all. And then in the room it's gonna be them two.
It's gonna affect him and everything else.
I mean, Charles, I work, and I don't want to come home and see all of that, and you let them girls do that anyway.
And
what they did all day long?
Not even that. She just cause she's mad when she comes home. So everybody, potentially cutting everybody up.
She's a thermostat. She turned the heat up in the house. Turned the heat up in the house.
We all have things we want from mama. Yeah. So we gotta.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's true. I want to be able to go somewhere tonight. You know what I'm saying? Saturday night or Sunday, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And your dad, I was gonna say, ask your mama.
Yes.
Yeah, my mom always say, ask your daddy.
It depends on what it was, but most times,
most things.
It
is
was.
like,
It was. What did your mama say?
if I could get away with it if it was like an early thing, but if it was something that needed money, I had to ask my daddy. You know,
Yeah.
ask your daddy. I don't know. You gotta ask your daddy. I mean, I think so, but make sure ask your daddy.
Mhm.
If it involved taking the car or going somewhere.
Yeah.
But so the happy wife, happy life puts the woman on a pedestal. So if you're married, right, you're
Mhm.
supposed to be one, and if somebody's on a pedestal, that's a bad dynamic.
Maybe so, but
You know what I'm saying? And so it I don't think it promotes relationship harmony because number one, you're not on the same level.
Mm.
You know,
true.
and once you teach people how to treat you, you're gonna treat them how they taught you to treat them. So if it's always been about you, and I'm not giving you what you want, you're gonna pitch a fit. However that is, I make jokes about the bedroom, but it might not be just the bedroom. It might just be affection. Period.
Mhm.
It might be communication. Period. Now she giving you the silent treatment because you didn't buy her the bag she wanted, or
Right.
y'all didn't get the new car because the Joneses got it, or y'all didn't
Mhm.
or whatever that reason may be. It's not an equal situation where you're on the same page, so
No.
same level. So that's another reason you probably shouldn't do the happy wife, happy life thing.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. I just thought we could talk about it because I don't think there's enough conversations happening about that because we joke
Mhm.
about that.
And let's be truthful. Let's be clear that is, that's a form of manipulation.
Absolutely. Not a form. It is manipulation. It is manipulation.
It really is.
Yep.
It's true.
Whether the man started the manipulation with "I'm going to bribe you
Right.
to be with me,"
Yeah. Yeah.
it's still manipulation
Yeah,
on both sides. I'm
with
bribing you to be with me and be happy with me, and you taking these bribes, accepting them to be with me.
right.
But is you being with me contingent on me keeping on giving these gifts and
Right.
keep on
Manipulation.
holding you up on that pedestal?
And even though we don't recognize it as such, really, I don't think people really do recognize it as such. But you fall into those patterns and it becomes this
Yeah.
pattern of manipulation
Constant.
in the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. But it's a thing. So you got this unequal perspective. You're not looking at each other eye to eye. And the thing is with men, I can speak for the men who are like me. I would say a lot of men. I won't say all men, right? But number one, all men, what we want is to be respected. Respect is really important to us. Number two, we're most likely not going to fuss and fight in our homes. So whatever you got to do to not fuss and fight in your own home is what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And most times I've seen in relationships growing up that the women in those relationships understood that. So they would play it as such to where if it was going to disturb his peace,
Mm-hmm.
he'd be like, okay, y'all just go. Just go.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that they send the
Kids out, yeah.
Daddy, mom want to know if you could, Daddy, mama say, can we, da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or Daddy, can we so?
Yep.
And
Make
he's
it
like,
something
look,
he can't resist.
look, okay, y'all go.
Yeah.
Y'all go.
Because he
Y'all
just
go.
want peace.
He just want peace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's so many different dynamics that comes to that happy wife, happy life thing. And then I've seen in those same relationships later on, the man after he gets off work comes home, sits in front of the TV, and now she mad because he ain't doing nothing
For hours and hours.
and hours. But she got everything she wanted,
Mm-hmm.
but she don't really have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They no longer have a relationship.
Yeah.
It's transactional. Ah, man. It's transactional, and we're here because of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the kids move away,
yes. Then what?
then what?
Then what?
What you gonna do when the kids move away?
Because they move. And
And when
I'm
they
gonna
go, they
tell
gone.
you, life can be very lonely because when they move out, they are living their own lives, and you have to figure things out. What are your next steps?
I mean, think about it. Me and you, we have been empty nesting now for 10 years,
2011. Did Sean graduate 2011?
12 years,
Yeah.
13 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've been empty nesting for that long.
Yeah, but we didn't miss a beat.
No, we didn't. They was gone. We like, woo!
We didn't miss a beat.
Didn't miss a beat. But we've been empty nesting for that long. And just imagine if we wouldn't have a relationship.
Right.
We already go hours without talking to each other in the same house.
Mm-hmm. Because we're good.
Ships passing. Ships
because
passing.
we're good.
That's why
We're straight.
That's why I touch you every time I pass you. So you know.
Because we're straight.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But you see people, you've
I
gone to
can
visit their
imagine.
houses.
Yeah.
And when you get there,
it's
quiet.
A lot. Yeah, it's quiet.
Somebody's there in their favorite room. Somebody's in their favorite room. They're doing their own thing, and they don't really talk. When you ask them, "Do y'all really talk?" Oh, we talk every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
They're roommates, and I just don't want that for people. If your marriage is supposed to be your safe haven, your marriage is supposed to be the thing that edifies you, builds you up, gives you the strength to go out there and attack the world. And your marriage is supposed to be where you come home and you can be free to just be.
Mm-hmm.
So then the last thing I'll say about from the man's point of view is you want a man to be fully expressive, because most men don't have a percentage button. We kind of all or nothing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like when we got married, you were pushing, and I would say, but we said, well, no, and I'd be like, okay. People would have been amazed at how non-vocal I was in the beginning, how non-combative I was. When I say combative, as in I'm going to stand up verbally and give pushback. I didn't get too much pushback because there were too many consequences for pushback in my mind. Not in her mind. She was whatever, but in my mind, it's like, now she mad. And now I'm like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It ain't worth it. So I just be like, wow. So then for a little while, I was just like, yeah, it's whatever. And then one day I was like, no. I felt like God was like, you got to take your home back. And we had a conversation. I said, hey, Holy Spirit telling me to take my home back. She said, what that mean? What that mean? What exactly does that mean? I said, well, it doesn't mean anything except we're going to have to start talking now.
Communicating.
We're going to have to start communicating now. I believe, and again, y'all, we tell y'all every time, so don't y'all come for us talking about y'all preaching this old stuff. I believe that as head of household, there are certain things that I should bear. I am built to be able to bear, and things that you are not. I was like, I was shown that the reason that you're sick often is because you're worried about things that you're not supposed to be worried about. So I said, you're good at paying bills. So keep paying the bills. Money gonna be there, you keep paying the bill. But if there's ever a situation in which we're short, let me know and you say what you want to pay. That way the responsibility is not on you. You don't have that whole pressure of deciding what to do and what not to do. And I am naturally built to be able to handle those things. Besides the fact that, the way we believe we were set up to be, besides that, I've had my water cut off. That's the last thing you want to get. It takes, how long it takes for your water to get cut off? And the thing is, we had paid the bill, but we paid it so late that the cutoff notice had already come out. And it was on a weekend and a hurricane came through.
Yeah, not we, he and I.
No, not us. No. Not us, but
he was
in
single.
College. Yeah, in college. So I understand what my leeway is on the bill pay situation. She's paid all her bills before we got together, before they were due. So I said, as I was like, look, no, it doesn't change. Just whenever it comes to if there's a deficit, let me know. And she wasn't really sick after that. She wasn't really sick after that. And when I would mention it, She'd be like, that same face y'all just saw, she would do that. Whatever. And I'm like, seriously. I mean, because there is a particular set of skills that you are born to do. You are born with and born to do, and responsibilities you're born to take on. Now granted, we all have the capabilities to take on those responsibilities, but taking on those responsibilities have different consequences in our bodies. They manifest differently.
Yeah. And they had been manifesting for 17 years.
She was a single parent for 17 years. I say 14 years.
17.
I'll even give her 15.
Not married, 17.
I'll even give her 15 or 16. Because they still were my
responsibilities.
But anyway, yeah. So she had all of that, and we would, once she let me, get back in,
which was hard,
which was very hard. We was fighting. I said, well, look, I said, because we can't go on the way we've been going.
True.
Number one, the only thing I want is loving, and you sick all the time, and you mad all the time about stuff, and you can't pay stuff, and so that's a problem. So let me help you with that. I'll take care of that. You ain't have to worry about that no more. Whenever you let me know what we need, it's gonna be taken care of. And you ain't got to think about that no more. That's one less thing on your plate. You'd have to at least consider that, wouldn't you?
I considered it.
I was selling cars. I was selling cars. I
considered
used the clothes. I said, if I could show you a way where you could not be stressed out and sick in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, you'd have to at least consider that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, then I had to learn a new norm.
Then she had to learn a new norm, because it was like, oh my God, it was a fight every time we had to do something to spend money. I was like,
which made me sick, nauseous.
Yeah. So we got most of it together.
It's true.
But I was still using the band account out of the house. And then I realized I needed to separate that so that we wouldn't have to have those conversations. So I separated it. We didn't have to have those conversations, and the sickness stopped.
Yeah, pretty much.
No more stress, no more headaches.
After I got used to it.
But she was still fighting though.
I was.
She was still crossing over out of her lane.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna buy that for? Hey, that's a band situation. Don't worry about that. I ain't taking no house money away from that. Hey, let that go. But you buying stuff though. Remember that? I don't get to go out just buy stuff. Then I have to say, listen, I don't buy anything that does not make the house money. Show me one thing you've bought that makes the house money.
Yeah, it keeps the home happy though. That's a joke. That's not what I was thinking.
Y'all see?
But since we're talking about
back
happy,
then you were saying that, you were like, but it keep me happy.
I never said it kept me happy. But I'm saying now, since we've been talking about happy, happy wife, happy life, that's why I made that joke.
Yeah.
Because I still wasn't happy.
Still wasn't.
Yeah.
But we got there, y'all. We got there. So happy wife, happy life. Sean and Vanessa are giving it a thumbs down. Thumbs down, because it's not a good way to set up your relationship, because it's set up to fail.
It is.
Because, if you have kids in that situation, once your kids are gone, it's going to be interesting how y'all relate to each other.
True.
It's going to be very interesting. So if at all possible, communicate.
Which is vital.
And compromise.
Communicating, yes.
Communicate and compromise.
Compromising is vital.
And what's another C word we can use? Well, and so communicate and compromise. Communicate and compromise consistently, so that you can have a better marriage daily. So until next time, I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
And we'll holla.